You know what I'm saying? It ain't no game. I know life is a game, but it ain't a game. Playing the game ain't a game. You know what I mean? I know y'all know what I mean. I'm just telling y'all what the fuck I feel. I want y'all to feel me. Gotta speak with the emotions. Gotta give y'all that emotionalism. Cause y'all don't understand me when I'm telling y'all the logical shit. The logic don't even, it go one ear out the other. But when I tap into your emotions, you feel me. It's about the moment. That's what I realized in my life, man. It's about life and love and liberty. But let's talk about the real. Let's talk about what I'm about to. Talk about me. Just fucking with you. Right now, though, it's a beautiful time. Give you guys a quick update so you guys understand what I'm doing, and I'll relate it to you as well. You know what I'm saying? I was living in Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon, the beautiful, beautiful nature, beautiful city. Small city. It's a small, big-ass city. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, but not a lot of people. People, but not a lot of people. You know what I mean? It's not like Las Vegas. It's not like Los Angeles. But it's still got something going on. But you know what I mean? I felt like I needed to get out of Portland. There's something about the vibes that just wasn't for me. Everybody has a different habitat. You know what I'm saying? Like every animal. Think about a kangaroo. It's in Australia. You ain't gonna see the kangaroo in Antarctica. Feel me? Cause it ain't meant to be there. You ain't about to see no lion in Europe. Feel me? It ain't like that. You're not gonna see a mountain lion in the desert because there ain't no motherfucking mountain out there. You see what I'm saying? So boom, I'm like a certain type of animal. I gotta be in certain types of habitats. I would have found it if I would have stayed, but I said, no, I gotta go. I stayed out there long enough, it's time to go. So I bounced. I said, peace. And it was bittersweet because when I left, I was like, I kind of missed it. I'm not gonna lie. I missed it because I grew up a lot out there. You know, I really matured out there. I really became a man out there. I feel like my character was solidified in a sense where I built my foundation as a man. I figured out who I wanted to be. Portland was a place of it was like rehab. Like I wasn't in rehab. I've never been to rehab, but like it was like a rehab for my soul, my spirit. You know what I'm saying? It was a place for me to really get to know myself and get to figure out who I was and who I wanted to become, and really get an understanding of what I wanted out of this life. You know what I mean? Like I really got a good understanding. So once I figured that out, I was like, I'm ready to bounce. Yo, I know what the fuck I got to do. So boom, I moved out of Portland, then I moved to Vegas. And I thought Vegas was the place for me. I really did, because I was like, man, Vegas is where the money's at. There's money out there, beautiful women out there, hustlers. It's a spirit, you know what I'm saying? A certain electricity in the air. And I'm not gonna lie, there really is. There really was. But I didn't stay long in Vegas. But I was there for a good enough period of time where it was like, yo, Vegas is dope, but it still wasn't for me. There was something different about the energy out there. Maybe I'll go back, but when I was there, you know what? I'll keep it a bean. I'll keep it a hundo. When I was there, the type of areas that I was with, I felt like the character of the people, it wasn't solid. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the right character. Yeah, there was money to be made, but the character of the people that I was around, it just didn't feel like the integrity was all the way there. And I was like, you know what? That's not me. I can't fit in somewhere that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I left Vegas. I'm not gonna front. I left and I came to Phoenix to see some family. And that's where I'm at now. I'll let y'all know. It's a bigger place, so y'all ain't gonna find me out here. So if you come out here, you ain't gonna find me. Maybe you will find me. If you wanna find me, you wanna meet me in person, holla at me. You can set up a motherfucking consultation. Let's go. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. When I was in Vegas, though, I did learn a lot. I learned something about people. I learned something about humans. You know what I mean? You know what I gained in Vegas? I gained discernment. You know what discernment is? It's the ability to read people, the ability to see someone's spirit, someone's soul. I was able to look at people, and I feel like everything I learned out in Portland, it was like I was put to the test when I went to Vegas, because it was like Portland taught me, yo, it's very, very, very poor skillsmanship. I don't even know if that's a word. Skillsmanship, truly, to judge people based upon what they look like and what they have, their materials, and what the exterior avatar looks like. I'm telling you. Yes, you know what I'm saying, we do make judgments. We do judge books by their cover, but however, it takes real discernment to look through the motherfucking the skin. You know what I'm saying? Because I was out there and I realized, like, yo, if you can't see, if you don't have discernment, you gonna get famoosed. You're gonna get finessed. People get finessed every day because they don't have real discernment. They don't know how to read people. But that taught me how to read people out there because I was put to the test. I was put to the test in Vegas. Vegas put me to the test because I was around a bunch of people who, man, they put up a good facade. They knew how to make themselves look like good people. And to an amateur, shit, you would have really thought these were like wholesome people. But I you know what? I was reading people. I was like, you know what? I feel like these are some good people out here, but I just don't know. And you know what? Push came to shove, and some real shit happened. Some real shit went down, and I came to the realization. I was like, yo, I'm not around solid individuals. Like, I can't trust these people. And like, you can't really. They say you can't trust anyone. I say this: you trust people to be who they are, right? Trust people to be who they are. I trust me, and I trust God. You know what I mean? The trust is like it's like a volume knob. You gotta turn it up a little bit, you turn it down. You know what I'm saying? And you can't give it to everybody. It is what it is. But I realized, yo, this ain't the place for me. Yeah, there's a lot going on out here. There's a lot of money to be made. There's a lot of business being moved out here. But you know what? It's not time for me. I need to go somewhere else. I need to keep moving. And you know one thing I'm proud of myself? It's because I stood up for myself. I stood up for myself and other people. I really did, man. I stood up to myself. I stood up to some people out there who were just, they were doing wrong, man. They weren't right. And they just weren't right. Something about it. Something about that it didn't sit right with me. And maybe the old me would just let that shit slide, but I didn't let that shit slide. I was like, no, right now I'm doing the right thing, even if the right thing looks like the wrong thing to these people. In certain environments, you may not even realize it. You may be doing the right thing around the wrong people, and you be the bad guy around the bad guys. The bad guy will see the good guy as the bad guy. It's wild. You know what I'm saying? That's what I realized about life. Isn't that crazy? If you do the right thing around the wrong people, you will be the bad guy, and the people who are doing wrong are the bad guys, right? And so they see you as the villain. Isn't that crazy? It's like the Joker. He probably sees Batman as the bad guy. Because he is, right? To them. It's kind of wild how it's like a whole flip. So who knows who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. But I knew I was doing right because I was following my heart. I was following what God was telling me. I was getting messages, downloads from the fucking universe. You feel me? Not just the universe, from God, infinite intelligence. That shit was just coming down. God told me, you need to go do the right thing. You need to speak up. And everybody was like, vilifying me for doing the right thing. And that's the crazy thing about this life, man. You can stand up for yourself and still be the bad guy for something someone else did to you. But I said, you know what? I don't give a damn. Everyone here don't like me for me standing up for myself. I'm doing the right thing. Because you know what? I wasn't just speaking for myself. I was speaking for everyone around me. I was speaking for everyone around me because all the people around me, they were being led by somebody who was controlling them. And they couldn't speak up because if they spoke up, they would lose what they had because that person was supplying them the place to live. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't want to speak up because if they spoke up, then they were siding with me, the guy who's saying the right thing. So they kept their mouth closed, which you know what? I understand. Some people don't want to risk what they got. Everyone has their own life, but at the same time, I didn't give a damn. I was like, then kick me out then. I put you know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to lose my shit. I'm not afraid. And that's one thing I'm taking with me for the rest of my life, yo. I don't give a damn if it puts my career in jeopardy. I don't give a damn if I lose my job, lose a client, lose business. I don't give a damn. If I'm standing up for the right thing that's in my heart, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Because I'm not here trying to please the world. I'm here to please God. Because at the end of the day, man, there is a judgment day. Don't act like there ain't. This is a motherfucking simulation. You're gonna go to the end of your life. You're gonna have to talk to God. Talk to something. You're gonna have to answer to somebody. So it's like, I'm not here to try to scare y'all. I'm just trying to tell y'all, trying to motivate y'all. You got to get right with God. Get right with your heart. And I'm going to tell you this from a real experience. I've had plenty. I'll tell you this. Y'all know the story of Scrooge. We're going to the Christmas season, right? What's the story of Scrooge? Scrooge, he has a near-death experience, right? the Grim Reaper shows up at his house. Basically says, it's over for you, Scrooge. You've been a bad man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta take you out. You ain't doing right. And when he had that experience, he changed his whole life. He was like, yo, I'll do better, please. I'll do better. I'll be a better person, I promise. He said, all right, I'll give you one more try. And that morning, Scrooge woke up. He started giving people his money. He just became a nice, good man. And I'm gonna tell you this, that Grim Reaper story, bro, I haven't had that just once. I hadn't had that just twice. I've had it 3, 4, 5 times where I've seen the Grim Reaper. I'm telling you. And when you've seen it enough, you wake up and you're like, holy fuck. I gotta get right with God. I gotta get right with God, baby. You know what I mean? I ain't saying I'm perfect, but I'm telling you this, all the wicked thoughts in my mind or just things that I knew I wasn't doing right, I had to change. I knew, and I realized it, man. I wrote it on a piece of paper, man. Who does that? I'm giving myself some credit here. You gotta be proud of yourself sometimes. I'm being for real. I literally grabbed a fucking journal and put my name on the top of it, and I wrote down all the bad things about me. I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna hold myself accountable. Because I was like tired of people. You know what? That's another thing. I'll be mad at people. I ain't mad at them. I just disappointed. It's a whole nother thing. Disappointment. I ain't mad. I'm disappointed. You know what I mean? But you know what? I can't be disappointed in everyone because the world is a reflection of me. Because I'm the same way. Other people pissed me off to the point that I knew I had to look at myself because I was like, yo, all these people don't want to hold themselves motherfucking accountable in this world. And I'm like, damn, including my motherfucking self. So I was like, you know what? That's going to be my superpower. If everybody out here want to be afraid to repent for their sins, everybody wants to be afraid to, admit their faults, I'm going to be the one guy who's just so secure with himself. And yeah, I did that. Yeah, I made that mistake. Yeah, I sinned there. Yeah, I be thinking those bad thoughts. Yeah, I be thinking those bad thoughts. Those are not nice thoughts. Yeah, I got hate on my heart. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to act out, be a phony. Phonies out here. You know why everybody's so phony? Because we on our phones so goddamn much. This world allowed me the motherfuckers to be phony. And that's done with that shit. I was like, man, I'm not going to live my life as a phony. I'm not going to be a pretender. Motherfuckers pretending. I'm not trying to call out no names. I'm not trying to make anybody feel uncomfortable. I'm just keeping it real. Hopefully this inspires you. I was like, damn, am I a good person or am I just pretending to be a good person? I was like, if that's me, then everybody out here is doing the same. I'm like, damn, I know people are good people, but people be pretending to be good. People be pretending to be good, and because we have laws and rules, motherfuckers ain't doing bad. If the law said that you could steal, rape, murder, you could do all the bad things. If there was no laws, all these good people out here, you think they would get away, try to do it? You damn right some people would. If there was no laws that said you can't be racist, you know what I mean? Just be a hater, just be straight up racist to people, call people the N-word to their motherfucking face. If there was no law that said you couldn't do that, how many people would actually do that? How many people would actually do how they would live if there were no social rules that said you had to be courteous? How many people would be a douchebag all the time? There'd be a lot more people than you could ever imagine. Damn, I had damn near 4 or 5 people in here. As soon as I started talking about this shit, they all left. Good. I ain't trying to speak to everybody. I'm hoping this empowers you to just be like, you know what? It's fucking dope to be real, man. It's sexy to be real with yourself. It makes you a motherfucking beast. Because once I was real with myself, I became whole, complete. You know what I'm saying? And it's a daily process. But I'll tell you this, it made me so stronger where I had discernment. Back to the story what I was talking about. Discernment. To be able to look at a human being and be like, yo, I hear all the nice shit. I see all your nice shit. But it's like, yo, let me look at people's heart. Because if I'm looking at my heart and I'm being real with myself, I can tell when someone's lying to me. I can tell when someone's being a phony. It doesn't matter how charismatic they speaking to me. I can see through them. But I ain't judging them though, because I'm like, yo, it ain't right to just judge people. Nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I learned in Vegas. I learned a lot out there, man. But it was like a test. It's like God put me through a simulation, I'm telling you. God be put us through simulations, bro. This whole life is a simulation. And I'll tell you this, I believe I'm on my last life too. I'm telling you, I'm on my last life. I feel like we have this is what I think happens. I don't think there's a heaven or a hell. Maybe there is a heaven, there's a hell. I think heaven and hell is a state of being. Because people who are living right now, who are living in motherfucking hell, but they're alive, walking this planet, right? And you go through it. We all been there. We all been through different levels of it. But I feel like what happens is when you pass this test of life, you get to go to the next level. And the next level is it's another test. It just keeps going. But there's more perks. You know what I'm saying? If you don't pass this life, you're gonna have to come back and do this whole thing again. The next life is another test, but there's perks. I think the perks are like, nigga, you get to fly. You get to do all the superhero shit. Like the next level of you can fly. You probably can walk on water and shit. You can probably move things with telekinesis and shit. There's probably next level powers we get. But if you don't pass the test, you're gonna have to come back. And I realized, a lot of people are coming back. And I feel like I done came back a bunch of times. Cause I'm like, I'm on my last life. Cause the way I see reality, I'm like, I just get what we're doing. The fact that you're alive and you wake up every day, you know what I mean? The fact that you wake up every day, you're living this life and you're viewing the world out of your fucking mind and you're simulating reality. Like, this is a fucking experience. It's the nature of being alive. Nobody ever thinks about this shit. And if they do, they don't want to talk about it. It's too deep. It's too deep, man. It's too deep. Turn the Steve Harvey show on. Turn on Family Feud. I don't want to hear talk about this. But fuck y'all then. If y'all want to talk about it, just kidding. It's playing. I don't want to curse nobody. I'm on this walk right now. I'm on this walk, this road to redemption. We on the road to redemption. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Did I really just say, no, I mean, Jelly Bean? I did say that. That's what I would say to, like, my girl or some shit. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? You little smelly thing. My smelly queen. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure talking to y'all. I'm gonna cut out. I'll be back. I got some things I gotta do. Bless. Peace.